We've got to do a dangerous bit yet. Hey guys, it's Blayde again from Car Audio Security, and again I'm back with the EP3. Finally we've got some content for this car. Today we are doing some lows, and we're going to be fitting the Tein adjustable coilovers. Right, so these are our Tein coilovers. Dampening adjustable, obviously height adjustable coilovers, and we will also be fitting the new wheels. Rota Torque in white, tires. Last episode we did the intake and exhaust, and I've been driving it around for a couple of weeks and I've been really happy with it, to be honest. So why am I going for a drive? So we're going to show you an example of what the stock suspension is like before we do the coilovers. As standard, the car handles really well, not too firm, but I think with the coilovers it's going to firm it up a little bit, but the main thing is going to be the drivability and the handling, which is going to be improved. And obviously we get it to sit quite a lot lower. Right, yeah, so we've got a group of 3 decent sized speed humps coming into this car park here, so let's go over them at a decent speed. Not too bad. I know a lot of other cars that are quite a lot harder than that. Let's go a bit slower. Yeah, nothing to whinge about, to be honest. So let's head back to the workshop, get it on the ramp and start stripping things down and get these coilovers fitted. Right, so I've just taken off the wheel. I mean, the shock body is, it's rusty. What can I say? But I know internally these shocks are actually new. Previous owner replaced these for OEM direct replacements. Springs are a little bit surface rusty, but they're nothing too crazy. I think the only thing I might struggle with is getting these nuts out here, because that is pretty grimy in there. So I have to get a bit of on there, sort that out. But yeah, that looks alright otherwise.
No, it doesn't, mate. Look at that, man. It's rusty as
Right, that's out. That's out. Right, we can drop it down now. Now I've got to find these nuts. Oh, easy, man. We've got to do a dangerous bit yet. We've got to compress the spring, take the top mount off. There she goes. It's a little bit rusty. So I'm pretty sure we just need the top mount here, this plate. All in a day's work, mate.
Listen, Blayde,
Yo.
don't do what I do.
What's that?
Don't wind them all the way down.
You've got to try it once, though.
Because you're only going to have to raise it back up again, mate.
Once you've kind of separated your shock, you basically just need the top mount, which is this bit, top plate, and then this part here, which comes off. This is your bearing. That just sits in there like that, and then that can move around. This one is a little bit gritty, so I'll probably grease it up a bit more. There we go. A bit of movement, and then what happens is this sits like that, and then the spring squashes into there, so this whole thing moves as a unit like that. Right, Passenger side, driver side, sorry.
Brakes, you're not allowed to brake.
Right, so plan is with the rears. Top arm needs to be undone from this end, then I can pull the disc forward, and then I can unbolt the bottom of the strut from this end. That's basically undone there, and then I need to get inside, pull out the side carpets, undo the top mounts, and then that can come out. Right, so we've got the old struts and the new coilovers ready to go. All I need to do is obviously transfer the top mount to the new one. The main difference is going to be, well, looking at it, it's already considerably shorter if you think the top mount's going to be sitting there. But you have adjustment obviously all the way up to here, the thread wise, so you don't have to be ridiculously low with these. It's considerably thinner. The main thing is obviously you've got the dampening adjustment in the rear as well, so you can adjust that. And obviously it's just going to be that bit stiffer for the rear, so it'll be good. So now I'm going to take off this top hat, obviously compress the spring, take off the top hat, transfer everything over and get it in the car. Everything's together now, so it's time to do some adjustments. So I think what we'll do is we're basically just going to send it full low and then see how that sits with the new wheels, and then just do our adjustments from there, I think.
So you are doing a palm?
You've got to do it. You've got to do it once. You've got to do a palm once at least.
Oh man.
Completely unseated. Yeah, back's probably going to scrub.
Is it rubbing?
It's probably going to.
What's happening, Blayde?
So, looking at it on the blocks, to get the kind of fitment and height that I want, we're going to have to pull the arch liner out, trim a little bit of the arch liner around the back here, and we're going to try and roll this arch back, just to give us that little bit of room, so we're not going to be scrubbing on that arch constantly. So I'm going to pull this out because I wanted to check behind here anyway. Right, that's it. Coilovers and wheels are on. Let's have a look. So, this is it. What do we think? I think it looks absolutely boss. It's sitting a lot lower than I initially anticipated. I didn't think we'd be able to get it to sit this low without issues, but we've managed to do it. Obviously, we've done a little bit of fettling to do that, but let's start at the front, we'll work our way back and we'll go through it. So, up the front, first thing I did up the front, before I even touched the coilovers and stuff, is I took the front brake pads out and I greased them up. And these are track pads in here. They were squeaking like mad. So to reduce as much squeaking as I can, I know track pads tend to squeak anyway, but to reduce it, I absolutely caked them in copper grease. Most people will say I'll probably put too much on, but they're not squeaking anymore. So obviously coilovers went on, the original ones came out. As you saw, they were pretty rusty and horrible. New ones look a lot nicer. Also up the front, we replaced both track rod ends as the passenger side was split. So we got one ordered from Euros and got them fitted nice and quickly. But yeah, front is sitting really, really nicely. There's about a finger's width between the tyre and my finger, so I think that works really nice. Fitting process for the front was pretty nice and easy. Obviously, as you saw, it was pretty rusty, so it was just trying to get past that, but a bit of penetrating fluid helped it out quite nicely. So let's head to the back. So back of the car was a little bit more tricky. We did have an issue with the rear brake pads first of all. Well, I say an issue, it was more, they were just really low. They were on the wear marker and it was squeaking away and it was driving me absolutely mad. So both sides replaced Brembo rear pads. So that's all sorted. Also sorted out a sliding pin issue with the caliper. It was slightly seized, so I cleaned that up and greased it and that's all good now. In terms of modification for the rear, as you probably saw in the video, we have rolled the rear arches. Now I didn't plan on doing that, but the way that the tyre and wheel setup looks now, I think I prefer. And we wouldn't have been able to get this kind of height without rolling the arches. So that's completely flush on the back there, all sealed up, so no rust or any moisture or anything is going to happen in there. So that's really good. But yeah, in terms of the rear fitting procedure, that was pretty easy, to be fair. It was a lot easier than the front. Again, just rusty, bit of penetrating fluid. So that was it. Right, so obviously that's pretty much it. They're done now. So I know what I'm waiting for and I know what you guys are waiting for. Let's take this thing for a drive and see how it is. And now we have had the alignment done because I did take it for a little spin before and the alignment was completely out, so I didn't even bother. So I came back and it went to Southall tyres for four-wheel laser alignment. So that's all sorted and it should be driving a lot better now. So let's go for a drive. Okay, so we're on the drive. As of right now, the setup does not feel crashy. It doesn't feel that much different to stock, to be honest, which is very surprising at this height. I was expecting it to be very hard, like solid, but these coilovers, obviously having the adjustable dampening, allows you to kind of set it up how you want it. Saying that, I think there's 30 click dampening. I'm probably on like 20, maybe 25, front and rear. So it's a little bit firmer, which I prefer anyway. But just cruising along, it's fine. It's not that bouncy. It is obviously a little bit stiffer. I think if we find that same speed hump from last time, that will show us how how hard it is. But it's pretty good. I mean, it still feels really darty. Yeah, let's take it to those speed humps and we'll see how they feel. Right, let's see how these speed humps go. Hopefully I don't scrape too much. Let's see. Didn't actually scrape at all. So we just had that little knock from the exhaust at the back. But it didn't actually scrape. I think I chose a good spot in the hump, to be fair, but. Yeah, so I mean, that's the extreme end of the bump side of things, but I didn't feel uncomfortable. It was just a couple of bumps in the road. I mean, it's not the end of the world. You know your car's going to be a stiffer ride, but you get benefits out of that. If you've not had coilovers before, if you not have a stiffer riding car, then obviously it might not be for you. But saying that, obviously you could turn down the dampening and have it slightly more soft, but then you do get a slight more kind of bouncy ride, so there's drawbacks to it. I've enjoyed doing the mechanic side of it. It's been quite fun, and it's quite rewarding to see what you've done to the car. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I have. I definitely have. The car is completely changed. It's completely changed. It doesn't look like the same car, I'll be honest, and I've kind of fallen in love with it all over again. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Make sure, as always, you like, share and subscribe, and just give us some feedback if you can in the comments, whether you're enjoying this series, whether you think this was the right car, the wrong car, what car we should get next, what you'd like to see from this car, anything, just pop it in the comments. We do read all of them, I'll be honest, I know I do. But yeah, that's it from me, and I will see you in the next video.